Hello, my name is Tia, also known as Costumed Fiend, because I'm both evil and excessively fond of dressing up. Today I'm sort of returning to the concept from my first two videos while also sharing my specific opinions based on the comics I've actually read. The character to be spotlighted, Robbie Reyes, aka my son. Robbie only has 2 volumes worth of comics all to himself, but that was kind of enough for me to get into the character, and I've kind of been sustaining myself on those 2 books because I honestly haven't read any other stories he's appeared in. I did watch some of the clips that he appeared in during the run of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but otherwise, my love is not based on a huge amount of material. Robbie Reyes was created by writer Felipe Smith and artist Trad Moore in 2014, which I just realized was 10 years ago. Happy 10th birthday, I guess. Anyway, to quote Wikipedia directly, when Marvel Comics was getting retooled as all new, all different Marvel, editor Mark Panacea approached writer Felipe Smith on creating a newer and younger Ghost Rider. Among Panacea's suggestions were that this new Ghost Rider drive a car instead of a motorcycle. Another big difference between this Ghost Rider and its predecessors is that Reyes doesn't have a floating head or a human skull. Smith says he's an amalgam of a flaming car and a human being. He's not wearing a helmet, and his head isn't a skull. This Ghost Rider design is to look like he simulates the lines of the classic muscle car he was racing the night he died. Now, before Robbie, my only understanding of the Ghost Rider character came from the Nicolas Cage movies, and while I've always thought the design was cool, I never really felt the desire to pick up a comic. I'd be lying if I said I remember the exact reason I took a chance on the all-new Ghost Rider issue 1, but I do remember that I picked up the trade at Barnes & Noble and enjoyed the character and the art style. I think one of the draws is something that often pulls me in with male characters, and that's that Robbie is a caretaker. He looks out for and is responsible for his younger brother Gabe, whose disabilities often make him a target for bullying and require care that the brothers can't really afford. Aren't classism and ableism the best? Despite only being a high school student, Robbie takes his role seriously and tries not to make Gabe feel bad about their situation. As an older sister myself, I found him partly relatable and could empathize with what he was feeling. Robbie's attempts to get some extra money for Gabe's new wheelchair put him in the wrong place at the wrong time, and after he's killed, he's revived by a mysterious demon who offers to help him clean up the city. This demon, named Eli Moreau, turns out to be his estranged uncle, who is a satanic serial killer who kidnapped and murdered at least 37 people in rituals before being fatally shot by police in 1999. In case you forgot this was a Marvel comic, they said throw in some telenovela soap opera shit to keep you and the reader engaged. I say as if I don't love all of that telenovela soap opera shit. Like I said, it's not a long solo run, but what can I say? I still consider myself a Robbie fan in spite of so little material. On top of the Big Brother thing, I do like his character design, and I am kind of glad to see his other appearances keep the white streak. It was initially a result of him dyeing his hair, but I love the Bride of Frankenstein of it all when characters are brought back to life and their hair reflects the stress or science or magic of that process. Same thing with the DC character Jason Todd. I also have a soft spot for the white streak as a Rogue fan. That being said, if I had any criticism for Robbie's first appearance, it's that his classmates were of no interest to me whatsoever. I think this one girl was supposed to be a potential love interest, but if I'm being honest, I keep forgetting her name, and I could honestly take or leave her. What I'd really love to see is either another solo run for the character that could really build up his world and create more of his own personal mythos, or a TV series, kind of like how Spider-Man gets the opportunity to, have his own villains and his classmates and love interests and everything exists beyond the Marvel universe as a whole. Also, as a personal preference, since Marvel is kind of low-key obsessed with interracial couples that feature a white person almost every time, I'd high-key love it if they gave Robbie a love interest that's a person of color, Afro-Latino maybe, or Latina. Gender doesn't really matter, or he could just be ace. That would be cool too. quick break for the usual. I don't hate interracial ships. Some of my best friends are interracial couples. So yeah, are we cool? Great. To wrap it up and reiterate my point, I love Robbie Reyes despite having so little to work with. I like what I have, and I think there's a lot of potential there. Even with my interest in the MCU waning and pretty much not existing anymore, I do still like what I like, and I still have an interest in many of the Marvel characters and their stories. So, whether it's a show, or a movie, or a new solo run, I'd be very much interested in seeing Robbie get more attention with his own lore and storylines that are more about him and his community, because I've got ideas. If you're also a Robbie fan, I'd love to know why, or if you wanted to suggest a comic he appears in that you think does a good job with him and is understandable with large amounts of other context, that'd be nice too. Other than that, leave a like if you liked, maybe subscribe for more nerdy rambling, and have a good one.